This video is part of a series of videos intended to give an overview of the forms used by the American Red Cross in our shelter operations. The Facility Use Agreement establishes permission for the Red Cross to use a building during both normal operations and for a disaster response. This document establishes a binding relationship between the facility owner and the Red Cross. Once it's signed, we have permission to use the facility for our normal and/or disaster operations. It also specifies which operational expenses the Red Cross will reimburse. Please understand that this is a standard template, and MassCare does not have the authority to make any changes, even at the request of the facility representative. Should such a request be made, contact your supervisor, who will discuss the situation with the logistics facilities staffer at headquarters. When you download this form from the exchange, pages 1 and 2 are the instructions, including special clauses for the use of a school and links to other important information about insurance and so on. It's not a bad idea to read through this whole document. You'll be better prepared to handle a last-minute agreement, of course, but you will also have a better understanding of the scope of the arrangements between the Red Cross and facility owner-operators. This is page 3 of the entire document, and there are 3 boxes to be filled in. The first identifies the owner of the facility, including the main point of contact, who will be available 24/7. The second box identifies the chapter entering into the agreement on behalf of the American Red Cross and identifies our 24/7 contact. The bottom box is for the official name of the facility and the address. If there are multiple buildings on the facility property and Red Cross will only be using some of them, attach a separate page describing the limits of the agreement. This is the second page of the agreement itself. It documents the purposes for which we can use the facility: as a service center, for the storage of supplies, parking vehicles, or as a disaster shelter. Both parties initial each applicable purpose, and if we cannot use the facility for one of the 4 purposes, mark No or NA. Next, the money part of the agreement. At the top, initial the payments section. And remember that MassCare cannot negotiate any dollar amount to be paid. That's the responsibility of the Logistics Facilities Group. The Red Cross does take responsibility for any utility costs incurred by the facility owner, which are a direct result of our use of the buildings or the property: water, gas, electricity, waste disposal. If any of these services are excluded, just mark No or leave it blank. On the last page, the full signatures of both parties. When signed, make a copy of the agreement for the representative of the facility and give the original to the facility staffer at the chapter or region.